I want to rattle the cage a little bit on limiting beliefs with this video. In fact, I want to encourage you to give this a moment and look at limiting beliefs as something completely different than what you've been learning. In fact, something that I used to teach and feel that needed to be changed, that beliefs were limiting us and holding us back, that we had to change beliefs, that we had to change how we think, that we had to reprogram the subconscious mind and remove these beliefs and replace them with new ones in order for us to have a life that we desire, to manifest something that we want, or to experience something different financially, romantically, successfully, or with our health or anything else. And in this video, I'm going to share with you a different perspective on how to look at limiting beliefs as not something that you are running from, terrorized by, but something that you are going to learn to use that is a tool instead. Stick with me, because this video is going to shake limiting beliefs up on its head like never before. And for those of you who are new, welcome. My name is Rose, and welcome to The Rosey Life, where we help you free your mind and so you follow your heart and live a life that you love. If you're interested in any of my services, you can go to TheRoseyLife.com for more information, because I want to get to this video. So, limiting beliefs is something that I heard, and this is where it really came to a point where I said, I am going to change this perspective of limiting beliefs, because where it came to a head for me is when I saw I'm just going to call him a mainstream motivational speaker, and he talks about very powerful things to empower people and to change their lives. However, when he addressed limiting beliefs, he said, in order for you to have what you want, you have to crush limiting beliefs, that you have to annihilate them, that you have to destroy them, that you have to get rid of them, that you have to figure out how to remove them and how to get past it, because on the other side of those limiting beliefs is what you desire, is your success. It is waiting for you. And I thought, that's bullshit. That is not true. That is so not true. It's true from the standpoint of what this speaker was saying it. It's true from the standpoint where there's so many videos on YouTube and books that have been written talking about that if you want to change it, you have to crush these limiting beliefs, or you have to change them and insert new ones so that you can reprogram your subconscious mind and get what you want. And so you affirm them, you script them, you hypnotize yourself with them, you fall asleep to them, you do all these things to remove, to crush, to annihilate the limiting beliefs. And I thought, this doesn't make a lot of sense to me anymore. And I'm going to tell you that before, I also thought you had to crush, annihilate, run, avoid, flip, remove, replace, all of those things that I know that so many of you have heard. And I want you to really stick with me here on what limiting beliefs really are. And the Wise Board is about to come out here and give you this little analogy that I drew for you, because you guys really like that Wise Board, so I am going to include it. And it is going to give some wisdom here, all right? Limiting beliefs, here's what I want to say about limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are perspectives, they're viewpoints, different place from where you stand. And I want to give you several analogies here. The first one I want you to think about is an aquarium. If you've ever visited an aquarium, I'm talking about a huge one, right? Or even a really standing one that stands alone, like in a restaurant, right? But if you walk up to an aquarium and you pick a side and you look at the fish in there and you don't move, you just stay in that one spot, and you look at the whole aquarium, doesn't matter how big it is, and you just look at the fish from that perspective, that's all you're going to see. You're going to see whatever fish decide to float past by you, or whatever your eyes can see from that viewpoint. However, if you move and you start walking around the fish tank or the aquarium, you're going to see different fish. You're going to see different things. You're going to see fish that were hiding. You're going to see turtles or different little floaty vessels that are in there. You're going to see different things. So if you just stay in one point, you will only be able to have the perspective of that viewpoint. So stick with me. Now let's take it further. Let's say that Rose doesn't like peas, and I don't. But let's say that Rose decides that one day, somehow, some way, she learned that peas were not her favorite thing. And for whatever reason, she picked up on this belief that peas are gross. They taste weird, right? In fact, I'll tell you guys a story about me with peas. When I was little, I remember my mom used to serve peas for dinner. And when I saw those on my plate, I was like, damn. I made sure I had a huge glass of water or huge cup of milk because I taught myself how to swallow peas like pills. I would not chew them. I refused to bite into them. Somehow, some way, I learned they taste nasty. So I would sit there and take the pill and take my peels, the peas, and I would swallow them. So I would eat them. So I would not get reprimanded for not eating my vegetables. But I never, my teeth would not sink into those suckers. So let's say though, that I decide that I want to like peas now. So I have an experience of peas and that is not favorable. They don't taste good. But let's say I decided I want to like peas. Well, I have to change my perspective on peas. The peas aren't changing, right? The aquarium's not changing. It's me that has to change. I'm the one that has to change my viewpoint on those peas. So let's say that I decide that I want to move over into the version of me that likes peas. Here is the wise board. So limiting beliefs or views, right, that we can have about what? Well, remember in another video I shared with you that we are all of consciousness, okay? Awareness, consciousness is what we are, okay? Rose, here's Rose, 3D Rose, and with peas, the topic of peas. And version A of Rose does not like peas. Okay, so her viewpoint, and option A, view A, is I don't like peas. So my perception, my beliefs are limited to this version, to this view of me that does not like peas. So my beliefs are limited in that view. I can't see the other options of Rose liking peas or loving peas or giving away peas, selling peas, growing peas. I'm limited to only this perception that I have selected, knowingly or not knowingly, of me that does not like peas. So when I look at peas, I'm going to gag. When I think about peas, I'm going to say no thank you, right? When I think about peas, I'm going to go back to my childhood and think about how I swallowed them like pills, right? My perception, my belief systems are all in here. Do you see? And they're all in that little channel. I'm limited to only seeing this little viewpoint, A, of Rose not liking peas. Now let's say that I want to like peas. I want to experience a version of me that enjoys peas, that likes them. Well, that would be here, okay? View B. Now, in order for me to become this version, I have to walk over in consciousness. I move in consciousness to the version of me that likes peas, because this version is limited in her viewpoint of liking peas. She no longer is going to be seeing the world or embodying herself as from this viewpoint. So once I move in consciousness, in my imagination, to a version of me that likes peas, I no longer identify as this person. I no longer have memories of swallowing peas as pills. I don't have this memory of biting into peas and them tasting nasty, right? Instead, now my memories are going to be pleasant. And I may not have new memories, or I just may have always just liked peas, because this version of me that I have chosen loves peas. I enjoy them. I love their color. I think they're good. I can't wait for them to be served on my dinner plate. I like them with gravy. I remember when I liked them with mashed potatoes. I have a whole new experience of me with peas because I'm limited in my belief about peas. Limited by choice, not because it's a punishment, not because I'm terrorized by them. Limited because in this state, in this version, in this reality, in this vision of myself, I am choosing to limit my perception, my belief on peas, so that I can embody the version of me that likes peas. So when we choose a different state, a different version of ourselves, we are on purpose limiting our belief system and our assumptions that coalesce with that new state, that go with that version of ourselves. So you are limiting yourself in perception and belief. Any area, any state, any version of yourself that you choose, you are creating a limitation of perception, of beliefs, of feelings, of thoughts that go with this new version of yourself. So you are, in fact, our power, our superpower to be able to limit our thoughts, limit our beliefs, limit these things. It's actually a tool that we're utilizing with consciousness so that we can experience a specific desire, a specific version, a specific reality, so that we can have that. If we did not use this tool, this function of limiting beliefs to this version, then we would not be experiencing specific versions. We would just experience all of it all at one time, and nothing would be special, nothing would be unique, nothing would be in this moment. We would just enjoy everything. And Abraham Hicks really said it the best when she said, you don't want all the food all at once. You have a smorgasbord of food that you'll have for your entirety of your life. She says, no, you don't want to have all the food. Here's the food that you'll ever eat, that you'll ever come across, and you'll get nothing else. You have to eat it all right now, all at one time. That's not fun. Instead, we want to experience this food this time, this food that time. And when we're hungry again, we want something different. When we go to this country, we want to experience that food. We want to be able to savor and enjoy things. And the way that we're able to do this is by using our limitation of thoughts and focus to focus on one thing at a time that we desire, so we can savor it, so we can enjoy it, so we can experience it, we can have emotions with it, so we can use time and experience the thing that we desire with it. Do you see? Otherwise, this is all happening all at once. And that is also the belief of time, because we're using it so that we can experience things. But if you see yourself as limiting, that you're every single thought, everything, every version, every reality is limited, but it's limited because you're choosing to limit it to that version of you. So limiting beliefs. And by the way, I also wanted to say that, let's say that you're here, you don't like peas, and you want to like peas, and you feel like, okay, I've been focusing on liking peas, but I keep going back to they're so disgusting. That's you trapped in here in the back and forth, back and forth. I like him. I don't like him. I like him. I don't like him. I like him. And you feel frustrated and you feel exhausted and you're tired and you feel like nothing's working and you feel like you've been putting so much effort in. The reason is because you're still stuck here going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You haven't fully committed to being the one that likes the peas. And I'm using peas, but you can use money. You can use, it doesn't matter what your health, whatever. It doesn't matter what you're manifesting. You can, it's just to keep it really clear. This example of peas, okay? I even put money, peas, and etc. here, okay? So you feel exhausted because you go back and forth to like it, I don't, like it, I don't, like it, I don't. You imagine it, you affirm it, and then you're just like, nothing's happening. Nothing's working because you're still stuck in one foot in wanting to believe and the other foot is in you don't believe. Do you see? So you go back and forth instead of committing to this is who I am. Staying with this is who I am. No matter what happens, no matter what comes up, you just like, you know what? I'm going to roll with whatever's going on here in 3D because all of this is unfolding for me, helping me, propelling me to becoming this person, this version of me that likes peas. No matter what, I'm going to roll with it. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to keep getting up, taking a shower, go to work, pay my bills, do whatever I got to do while the perfect unfolding is happening for me. In consciousness, I know that I'm no longer this person. I know that I'm here. Imagination is the only reality. And that out here, this out here is consciousness. But in here is a 3D. And you're paying attention to what's going on in here. But remember, you move in consciousness to different perspectives, different viewpoints, different limited viewpoints of what you want to desire. So why I wanted to make this video was to stop demonizing beliefs and running from them, trying to demolish them and getting rid of them and trying to catch them on fire and feeling like you have to change them and reprogram yourself. And it's almost like a war against beliefs is what it feels like when I watch different, or I don't even watch hardly anything, but when I see thumbnails for video or I listen to reels in Instagram with different speakers and motivational speakers and coaches, it's like this war on beliefs, and there's no war. There is literally no war. It is just you in consciousness moving to a different version or a different reality where you are purposely limiting the belief systems to coalesce with that desired version of yourself. There is no battle. There's nothing for you to burn up or crush. You don't have to run. Every single reality, every single version of you has limited beliefs on purpose. On purpose. Think about this. So if you're struggling with a belief system and you've been told that you have limiting beliefs, that you have blocks, that you have to get rid of these things, right? Say, yeah, you're right. In that version of me, in that perspective of me, but I don't choose that perspective of me. I'm going to go ahead in consciousness, get up and walk over to this other version of me that I do want to experience, which is my wish fulfilled, which is living in the end. And I'm going to stay here in consciousness because in this viewpoint, I have a whole different belief system. I have a limited viewpoint from that perspective, from this person, this view, this version of me that I choose. She has a different amount of beliefs that are limiting into this. I am never limited at all. Notice that you can get up and leave any limited version of yourself whenever the heck you want to. You are never stuck. You're never limited. You are using the power of limitation to select a different version of you. But by no means are you ever limited on what you can and cannot have, what you can and cannot do, what you can and cannot move. You are never stuck. You are using your power to limit your focus, to limit the belief systems to a version that you want to experience. And even in that version that you want to experience, when I say limited, you're still choosing, you're adding on beliefs, you're taking out beliefs within that version of you. So let's get away from this limiting belief bandwagon and embrace that we're using the limitation of beliefs as a power to move into a state that sees the world from a different viewpoint. The aquarium thing again, this is the aquarium, right? This is all the 3D inside of here. And depending on your viewpoint, you are limiting your viewpoint depending on where you stand. You can only see this tiny little part of the aquarium if you just stand there. But remembering that you can stand up and move around and see the whole aquarium completely different, and wherever you want to, wherever you decide to stop and say, I'm going to choose this viewpoint, that is where you get to land and stand for as long as you want to. And when you're done with that viewpoint, you get up and you walk around and you get a different viewpoint. So you can tell that I'm really passionate about this, because we're not here to argue or war against our thoughts or feelings. We are here to transcend them. We are bigger than thoughts, bigger than feelings, bigger than beliefs, bigger than actions. We are bigger than all of it. So you don't have to fight anything. You don't have to fix yourself or change yourself. You are perfect. You are whole and complete right now. You are all that is. That is who you are. And I love you guys for being here, and thank you for liking this video. Please share the video and the channel. I love to see the channel growing. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. And if you are interested in doing one-on-one coaching, go to TheRoseyLife.com, or you can join the Rosey Life course and community, and I will love to see you in there too. All right, my loves, I will see you soon. You guys are all so freaking amazing. Bye.